Morning, guys. I'm in Ecuador now. I'm in Quito. I'm kind of near the airport. I'm only here on an overnight layover. I must say something. I'm going to be jumping through Ecuador, Peru, and Bolivia and Argentina really quickly. I'm only going to be jumping through these places overnight pretty much for the Guinness record. I don't have any meetings set up, and I was working in the Ecuadorian Amazon and in Quito for 2 months a few years back, and I also worked in Peru near Machu Picchu, Aguascalientes, for 2 months, and I was also in Lima. I lived in the Bolivian Amazon in Rurrenabaque for 2 months, and I also traveled all around Argentina, including Salta, Cordoba, Mendoza, never Buenos Aires, and I'm actually going to Buenos Aires on this trip. This trip specifically, I don't really have the funds to explore other areas of these 4 countries, and trust me, I wish I did have the money to, but I just don't. So I really do have to skip countries that I've already spent time in or I don't have meetings in pretty quickly. That's the deal. You're going to be seeing me going on a lot of flights, a lot of transportation, a lot of jumping around in a lot of these countries in South America, including Colombia actually. Hopefully I'll have a meeting set up in Colombia, but I'm still not sure. Regardless, I've also been to Colombia and I spent some time there. So I'm going to be jumping around these countries. Honestly, South America is going to be a pretty quick trip. I hate to kind of set it up that way. I'm actually going to be spending some cool time in Brazil, in Paraguay, Uruguay, and that's pretty much it. But hopefully I can show you some interesting stuff. So I hope you guys understand these are beautiful countries and I do love South America. There's a special place in my heart for South America, and I hope I can show you guys a little bit of taste of some places down here. So yeah, enjoy. 2 in the morning, and I just arrived here in La Paz, Bolivia. There was an experience that happened today on the way to the airport. I was in the taxi and he was taking me to the airport, and all of a sudden there was this kid who was on his side of the door, like the driver's side, and this kid, probably like 14 or something, started banging on the window, and I thought, okay, maybe he's trying to sell something. You know, it was nighttime, kind of late, it just didn't register. And he was banging on the window and, like, you know, trying to get in. Then all of a sudden there was another kid that came around the passenger side and he started doing the same thing. And at that point I realized, okay, not a good situation. This is not good. Then there was another kid that came and started banging on the passenger. Then they started opening the doors, and the windows were slightly open in the front. They were about halfway open on the passengers and driver's side. But in the back seat where I was sitting, they were closed. So there were these 3 kids banging on the window, pulling at the window, opening the doors, trying to steal everything that they could get their hands on. And they managed to steal the driver's GPS. He grabbed his phone. We were at a stoplight and nowhere for us to go. There was a truck in front of us, a car behind us, but it was in this alleyway that was kind of very sketchy, to say the least, this alleyway. And they just got us, and I was like, go, 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 go. Like, there's nowhere for him to go. So I was freaking out because I'm like, I have all this camera gear, I have all this stuff. I mean, I have my stuff backed up in case this sort of thing happens. But I was so freaked out. He said that they had knives on them, and it just irks you when it's like you're in this boxed car and all of a sudden you feel like you're being taken over by these like gorillas in the jungle or something, and you're helpless. You're completely helpless. I've never experienced that. In all my travels, I've never experienced that before. So it was a scary experience. The both of us were just like left speechless. He didn't speak any English, so we were trying to communicate with my broken Spanish, but oh man, it was a horrible, scary experience. I actually just arrived at my Airbnb here in La Paz. Really big place. I mean, they have like this little breakfast nook here with some cereal and oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh. Coke leaves. These are what they chew in the Amazon, and I remember having these back when I was living in the Amazon in Bolivia and also Peru and Ecuador. They chew on these leaves for energy, and it's supposed to really help with altitude sickness, and it does. It is huge in here, if you know, but Bolivia's up at 13,000 feet. La Paz is actually a little over 11,000 feet. So right now I'm at about 12,000 feet. The airport's at 13,000 feet. It's freezing. It's like 40 degrees, but this is a little bad. I don't have any winter stuff with me. I literally don't have any like sweaters or anything. So this is gonna be a pretty challenging night. And it's 2 a.m. and I have to be up to get the bus tomorrow. I'm not staying in La Paz for that long because, like I explained before, oh, and I forgot to tell you, this place is really cheap. It was like $35, like for this whole thing. That's crazy. We were driving and all of a sudden there was a big pop, bang, and the tire popped. So now we're here on the side of a highway getting it fixed. Morning, guys. We're on the border of Chile. We've been here since like 1 a.m. and now it's like 7 a.m. Everyone's starting to make coffee and these fried donut things. It is like freezing. It's freezing. It's about 35 degrees. And again, I'm not in proper gear, but nice little chunk. I'm not a baby about this sort of stuff, about sleeping in buses, and I've done it plenty of times, but it's a problem when it's not going anywhere and it's just parked and it's not going anywhere. That's when I have an issue. We're sitting here for 8 hours in a bus with like 50 people in the freezing cold. It was like 45 inside the bus, and I didn't have a blanket, and that's what I don't like. That's what I can't stand. So hopefully we'll be off soon, but it's been a long night. I didn't sleep at all. All these buses stayed overnight with people in them. And there's our bus. There. The issue is that the border doesn't open until like 8 a.m. That's the issue. That's why we have to wait here overnight. I don't know, leave me a comment in the comment section below and let me know if you've experienced this traveling to Chile from Bolivia, because when I traveled to Chile from Peru, we didn't go through this. We literally went straight on through. So this is a new experience for me. So, not a huge fan, but what can you do? Cheers.